It's an activity over here. Let's have a look.
Now, if you're a Muslim, you need to listen to this. We're not here to charge you £220 to teach you. We're here to give you it free. Salvation is free. Let's show you what Muhammad says. Listen, there's many Muslims, but you need to understand.
It costs your life.
The Muslims are
It's not free.
because they waste the word. They don't take the word of God.
The people
They
that
want
pray,
to change God's words to justify what they
If
think.
you can read and write,
So let's read what Muhammad said.
Zionism is not free.
Yes.
Zionism.
In Islam, there's
speaking
only one
of
Muslim.
Zionism.
His name is Muhammad.
Muhammad himself
Not
could not
these
read
crowds.
and write.
Not these crowds.
that's a great thing.
Muhammad,
That's
wait.
Muhammad was not Zionist.
disciples wrote it.
Muhammad was not Zionist.
Hang on.
Zionism killed.
Hang on.
Who
Muhammad
is the
Stay
only
away
Muslim?
from Zionism.
In Islam, Muhammad, right?
Stay away from
Muhammad
Zionism.
is the last and final prophet according to Islam, right? Okay, so it's the last one, right? So,
All of them are prophets.
Abraham was
but those was
Worship the God of Abraham.
Those was before. Not that about now. They are. Hold on. Now listen. Come read.
You're Muslim.
Listen, Muslim.
why-
I'm going to make
why-
you read the comment. Read
Why
it.
are you Muslim? Why are you Muslim?
I'm just here to learn.
Yeah, yes, that's fine. Go talk to me, actually. What's your
But
name?
he's not the Zionist. He's not a Zionist.
Adil.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Adil.
Adil, tell me, you're
That's why he's
Muslim.
a Muslim.
Yes, sir.
Why are you Muslim?
I believe in the worship of one God.
You believe in the worship of one God,
Not
okay?
pagan, not paganism. And I don't believe in atheism either.
I think accused of being
I'm just speaking generally. I'm just sort of making my
Zionist.
belief.
So the reason you're Muslim is because you believe in the worship of one God.
Worship of one God.
Brother.
Okay?
If I suggest
So
I'll
Jews-
be a
so
Muslim.
I'm not putting your sister. No, brother, come.
So
No,
Jew-
you can't
Jew-
read. Come.
Yourself, sir, yourself.
So Jews also worship one God.
Jews worship one God, and what I know of the Jews,
My life
is that they won't worship in a church. If you ask the average Jew, any Jews, unless they convert, they won't worship in a church. And the reason they give is they say it's paganism, because this tripartite, whether Jesus was raised as a god, whether he was born as a god, that confusion around there, that tripartite system. The Jews, and if there's any Jews here, you can ask them, they won't worship in a church, but they would worship in the only Gentile monotheistic religion that exists, the one true one. And you can ask them, they will say a mosque. And the Jews will worship in a mosque, but on a church.
So also Christians. You ask any Christian here, and they will say that
Ask the Jews because we know they're monotheistic.
Okay. Jews are monotheists, okay? Ask any Christian around here, okay? They will tell you that they worship one God. True?
Yes, but
Do Christians
the name is
worship
there,
one
but it's in
God?
a tri-head. There's a sort of confusion. There's a confusion with the aspect of Christians.
It's not really confusing, is
There is the sort of many denominations. And I've been to Jerusalem. I've been to the Holy Sepulchre as
I
well.
also think.
I've been there. I'm reading the Old Testament right now as well. And I know there's about 20, 30 denominations. And I know of the Council of Nicene Creed.
You know the Nicene Creed?
Yeah, 325. When they established the theology, if you're aware of it, on the nature of Christ, and they were debating what is Christ. Is he born a God? Was he always a God? And if he was born a God, how can God be all powerful? Because me and the Jews and the God of Abraham, we believe he was all powerful, and he was all knowing.
Okay, so we agree that God is all powerful.
And all knowing.
All powerful.
And cannot be
all-knowing.
begotten.
All powerful, all knowing. Okay, right? So if God is all powerful, okay, can he do that which he desires?
He can do whatever he wishes.
Whatever he wishes.
He's all powerful.
Except according to you, take on human flesh, come to earth, die on a cross, rise from the dead, and be God.
But it becomes like a square circle argument.
Hang on.
Can God kill himself is the argument you're making. The argument you're making is like a squared circle argument where you're saying, can God kill himself? Can God become non-existent? I wouldn't go down that alley.
Hang on. According to you, God is all powerful. Yes. Okay. Right. Here I would agree with you. God is all powerful, but I would submit to you, my friend, that you have a too small a God. You see, if your God cannot come to earth, okay, right?
God cannot die.
If your God cannot come to earth, okay, listen. If your God cannot come to earth, cannot die on a cross, cannot rise from the dead, then you've got too small a God. You see, I'm actually the one who believes that God is all powerful. If you're saying logic, why? Except said, you're putting a limitation on God Almighty God.
There's a paradoxical question that we don't open up. So I wouldn't say like your limitation would to be, can God kill himself? And if you say to me, oh yes he can because I believe he's all powerful, then I will say, or if you say no, would you? I have to pose a question to you first of all. Can God kill himself? Is that imitation of
Can
God?
God? The difference is
Can God become non-existent?
there's a difference between the question, can he and would he, okay? And will he and did
No, but
he?
can he? And the question is, can he? You open that question to
Of course God can do
So
what he
you
wishes.
put some, these questions don't really open up. Like, we understand basic sort of common logic. God is truly all powerful.
God is truly all powerful, then logically he can do that which
cannot die.
he's sovereign to do so, that which he wishes.
And he cannot know. I feel like, you're sort of pushing it, you're trying to create the narrative. And why is it not easy to say?
I'm talking to you about that to try and find out what you understand, okay?
Mine's is easy. It's God is all powerful. He can't die. He can't be born.
No, it isn't so easy, is it? Because there's also, okay, let's look at the nature of Allah, okay? The nature of God is
Why don't the Jews make an we go back there. We go back to that later.
Right, let's go back to the nature of Allah, okay? Right? The nature of Allah. So according to you, Allah is eternal, yes? Not created.
He creates. Time is the creation. Time itself is the creation. He exists outside.
He exists outside of time. We agree on this. We agree on that. Okay. However,
He's not bound by time. He cannot age.
However, there's a absolutely. God
Cannot grow wrinkles and.
However, there's a problem with your relation to the Quran, and this is it. In sort of